with is Andre Iguodala. Jimmy, overrated, overpaid it, overplayed it.
I think that he is none of the above. I think he's underrated. And I know some of my co-hosts have a problem with that, but I'm riding with Iggy, no rainbow. Iggy is nice. He's just not a number one. But I don't think anyone overrates Iggy. I understand he makes the money he makes, but considering what some of these other guys got, he's better than Joe Johnson.
Yeah.
Overrated and overpaid it. And it's funny because I'm not a detractor. Like, I wouldn't say I'm a fan, but, the cat definitely has game. But I think that we can't just say, look at some of the money that these other cats are paid. I think we have to look at him for who and what he is. He's paid as though he's the number one option. Now, that's not to say there's a lot of cats in the league that got max deals that shouldn't have. But I compare him directly to Rudy is Gay. When you look at Rudy and Iggy, they're of similar talent level, similar ability, but Rudy is taking that bull by the horns and striving to be that number one man and that number one option on a team that has some talent. And
he don't guard nobody. I said Rudy doesn't guard anybody, though. Kill, overrated?
Rudy can't guard you, fam. He can't guard you, yo. Rudy don't play no D. Iggy plays D. Stop it.
Kill, overrated, overpaid it, overplayed it.
Man, that's a tough one. He's not overrated because he does a lot on the floor. But then again, well, this is the thing. To me, Iggy is a number two option. I don't think he's a number one option. So he may be overrated in that fact that the Sixers are promoting him as, this is our star player, this is the guy that's going to take us to the promised land. He's not that guy. But he does everything.
Yo, but honestly,
exactly.
He's not even promoted as that. When you look at all their marketing and promotions, Elton Brand is like the face that they put out there as their number one option.
Yeah, because
he's trash if you want to really get to it.
It's all about Jody Meeks.
Go ahead,
Iggy couldn't get it done, and they've been trying to get somebody to fill that spot. Realized that he couldn't handle it.
So I don't think he's overrated. I would say he's overpaid, but like Jimmy was saying, compared to what other players who aren't as good as him have received, he's pretty much paid what he should be getting paid. Overplayed it? No, I don't think he's overplayed it. But he's just missing that it factor to take over games in the fourth quarter.
All right, PJ, overrated, overpaid it, or overplayed it?
I'll take number one, please. Overrated. I like Iggy. His rebounding, transition game, both offensively and defensively are good. His court vision passing ability is decent. Perimeter defense is borderline elite, but he's not a number one option. He can't manufacture his own shot. So, to me, he doesn't shoot well. He's not a three-point shooter, which he doesn't have to be, and that's fine. But I like him to reduce the number of threes that he takes and focus more on his mid-range game, because a lot of times he attacks the basket like a beast, but that option isn't always there. And instead of trying to either bail the defense out with a whack three or drive into the lane and hoping he gets fouled, if he could get more of a mid-range game, I think he would be more effective. But I think he's overrated because I don't think he can do what, like Kill said, I think he's overrated because he's looked at as the number one option. Now, they are trying to transition that to Brand, but I think that's because of the inadequacies.
No, that's just because Iggy's too ugly for the media. But look.
No, but honestly, to be overrated, don't you have to be rated high?
Listen, that's what this
is. Yeah, but you don't think he's rated high? You don't think he's considered like, for instance, even if you look at this is not a great example, but like commercials, you'll see him compared with other stars of teams. He's usually put up as the team, like the team star, I would say. And he was able to carry that load, though, to be the one that can carry that, but I don't think he can do it.
I know you have something to say about this, Dan. What you got to say about this?
I don't think Iggy's overrated. I don't think he's overrated, and I can't say, I don't think that's a good thing to say he's overrated because of what the team's doing. The team is a talentless team, so you can't go by because the Sixers are making him the number one. The Sixers stink, so just because he's the number one option on the Sixers doesn't make him overrated. I don't hear a lot of people around the league saying that Iggy is anything but a number two and, a great complimentary player. They always say if you put Iggy on this team with LeBron or with this person, he would make that team a championship team. So I don't think he's overrated. I do think he's overpaid. I think they overpaid it. $82 million was a little steep to pay for somebody who's
I think that's because they overrated him. That's why they paid him that.
No, I mean, that's why we got three categories. I don't think he's overrated because the league. You keep going on what the Sixers did.
DeMar DeRozan, whatever his name is, he's the number one option on the team.
Yeah. My question: who's the one that makes the definitive overrated decision though? Because that's just an opinion.
I'm only saying because I don't
the Sixers don't look at him like that, and they might. I mean, the Sixers, what they do doesn't really count. But I mean, who's making this definitive, whether he's overrated or not, decision?
I'm riding with Iggy, yo. Y'all be hating on Iggy, yo.
Listen, I don't hear a hype machine for Iggy, and I don't hear, people in the media talking about how great Andre Iguodala is. That's why I'm saying I don't think he's overrated. Now, if we're just going to
I feel like this year I really don't. But I feel like when he was in the Olympics and stuff like that, or with the Olympic team, I feel like they were looking at him like he was the Sixers star player. And I just don't see him as a star in the NBA. And when I say star, I mean I use the term loosely because it's hard to define what a star is. But
that ain't hard to be, but still.
I said, who's more of a star?
And I don't think he can be that though.
Jody Mitchell.
What I'm saying is if you get somebody that's decent, though, they'll still be the star on a bad team. I mean, they can still be a star on a bad team. I don't think Iguodala can even be the star on that team, and they stink. I don't know if I'm saying what I'm. I'm not saying he's a bum. I'm definitely not. But I'm just saying, to be the guy to take the shot in the fourth quarter, or be the one that is, when you need a bucket, that type of player. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, he's a second option. He's a second option. Yo, let's move on because y'all can't keep hating on my homie, yo. Iggy nice.
Hey, yo, one thing in his favor. Iggy has started and played every game in his NBA career, all 82, except for 1 year where he played and started in 76. So,
that's for another day.
I think he's overplayed.
But that's overrated.
Jimmy, I think he's overplayed because he plays a lot of minutes. He plays every game, and he plays multiple positions. So I could put him in the overpaid and overplayed categories, but I don't think he's overrated. I don't really hear anybody singing Iggy's praises around the league.
Yo, I don't think Gerald Wallace thinks he's overrated after he took a feces on him this past week.
Yeah, I hear him making him like a star, and I don't think
he's been top 3 in minutes played the last 3 years. He's been top 3.
That's overrated too, kid. That whole statistic is overrated.
It's the war room with 5 nights at the round table, 5 Philly guys.